There we go, 0, and do the trick over and over again. Oh look, 200,000 manpower. Magically appeared out of complete nowhere. Hey, I'm Feedback Gaming, and this is Hearts of Iron 4. Been a while since I've done an exploit video, right? So let's return to this with a biggie. Unlimited manpower, you say? All of the manpowers? Once upon a time, many years ago, this was a genuine exploit. You use air wings to make manpower appear out of thin air. Well, get this. It's back. And yes, it involves air wings again. Now, there is a requirement. I can't continue this video right now. Yep, stop right there. I can't continue. 3 things. Have you subscribed to join the Feedback Gaming family? 2, do you have a coffee in front of you, ready to do the odd sip as you watch the video? Very important. And 3, new game, 1936, and we're going to play as Romania. There are a few set conditions to get the most out of this exploit. The one requirement is you're going to need decent sized air force, or the production needed to make that air force. Romania is pretty good. It starts off with a really decent sized industry, where the manpower on the other hand could do with a boost. Let's go. First off, we're going to select all of our divisions, assign them here, move them here, and railroad them to here. Next up, we need to produce some planes. We're not producing any right now. Let's have a look at the research that we have. So we only have the first plane. We want to start working on the second one, so we'll do that immediately. And we'll go for basic machine tools to do the production and the construction to follow up off the back of it too. The more production we've got, the more planes we can produce. So let's go for military. And how many civilian factories have we got? We've actually got quite a few. So maybe we'll start by making the old 1 or 2 civvies. We'll make it 3. And then off the back of that, we'll make some more military factories. Good. Regarding the naval dockyards, we'll produce a handful of submarines. We're not interested in light tanks. We're not interested in support equipment, but we are interested in getting lots and lots of planes. That looks beautiful. To expand really quickly, what we'll go for is Balkan dominance, and therefore we can get some new friends. Oh, in the Balkans, of course. Right, here comes the most important part, the Air Force. Let's move all you guys to here, and we have in total 72 planes. We're going to need a lot more, at least, see, 500 minimum, but optimally over 1,000. So we'll make it a 10 air wing size fighter. There we go. And off we go. And straight away, we have to deal with King Carol. Thank you very much, King Carol. Thank you very much. We'll not take the political power hit because we need that early on. Right, all of these guys are moved here. We'll convert these to the largest division we've got. Is it this division? Yes, it is. That's the biggest one we've got. So move it to this one. And this should take a hit on our manpower. The manpower now should drop to 0. 10,000 and 2,000 and 0. Okay, now we're at the point we can take advantage of the exploit. What you need to do is have a piggy bank of manpower, even in deployed troops on the battlefield or in troops that you're currently training, and you have to have 0 manpower. So when you need manpower, you take it straight out of the pool. If the pool is 0, then those divisions or training troops will be under strength. You need them to be under strength to get the first part of this exploit going. So now we're going to go back to the air wing. We're going to press F, the duplicate air wings. F, F again, F again, F again, and we can't do any more Fs because we've run out of planes. Then we click on here, the one fighter plane that we duplicated, and delete all the rest. What is this? 760 manpower that has appeared out of thin air. Now you're probably going to say, hang on a second, if you remake these air wings again, they'll just use all that 760 manpower. But we're not going to make those air wings again. We are going to wait a day. The day's over. We're back to 0 manpower. That 760 manpower has been added to these divisions that are currently being builded up. And we can do it once again. F, 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 F. Delete the one division. 760 manpower. Wait until the end of the day. It's 0 again. F, 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 F. Again. 760. So we just do this over and over and over. See, what I said before when I said that you need at least 500 planes to do this optimally, yeah, I wasn't kidding, because this is quite tedious. You've got to click quite a few times and do this over and over and over again. But this manpower that appears here, just shy of 1,000 every single time, is appearing out of thin air. There you go, the manpower's now hit 0, then you can do it again. You only want to remake the air wings when the manpower hits 0. Again, and again, and again. You're not just here for the exploit, right? Come on, guys. You want to see me dominate as Romania in the most broken fashion possible. So let's dumpster the Soviet Union, right? Let's exercise these divisions to level 3. And let's go 5 speed. Start to dominate everyone else. So this will give us justification time reduction against any nation we justify on, which is going to be very tricky to justify because we are non-aligned and we need over 50% world tension to justify. Next up, we're going to go for national defense industry. 3 military factories. Perfect. And then we're just going to do this over and over Yes, it looks like it updates at midnight every single day. And over. Right, now we've reached the point where we've got the maximum force limit for the manpower we have in the field. So if you can check closely here, you can see 297,000 manpower. Now this trick will not work unless we have a piggy bank of manpower to feed into. In this case, a standing army, but there's also another way of doing it. You can also just go here and deploy the armies immediately. So you can see here, we've got 2,500 of 9,600. I'll do the trick several times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we go back to the division itself, you can see now 4,800 out of a total of 9,600. So we are making manpower appear out of thin air and then adding it to this division that we're currently in training. Beautiful. We'll put this on maximum priority and we'll deploy this division over and over again so we can get to 400,000 manpower so we can start progressing down Puppet Bulgaria and align Hungary. Disperse industry? Yes! What a great idea. Let us institute the royal dictatorship, and let's also go for limited conscription. Yes, we are going to get a lot of manpower in this, but there's no downside for limited conscription, so let's just get that one out of the way. Let's deploy that division, and then train another one, and start producing the new fighters too. Let's work towards some improved machine tools, which will give us more production output of planes, so therefore we can do this over and over again. Right, we're getting a lot of manpower now, so what we can just start doing is deploying these divisions as soon as they drop. Therefore, we can get up to the 400,000 manpower in the field to do what we need to do. So equipment is being prioritized just for this new division, and that means that all the manpower and the equipment will go to this division first so I can deploy it as early as possible. When it gets to 20%, we drop it off, and now we can check 326,000 manpower. We need quite a few more divisions before we can go for the next focus. Let's go for partial mobilization, and let's also revise the constitution and keep deploying the divisions. Deploy, 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 deploy. Let's go for agrarian reform to reduce those consumer goods. And disperse too, get that industry going. And if I've not already remembered, yeah, you're meant to deploy loads of divisions. Deploy. And let's improve the transport network. And what I'm going to do is grab most of the divisions that I've got high strength, because I want those ones to be on the front line, because those are the ones that are going to pack the most punch. 24 of those. We'll pop them on a new theater and put them on aggressive. Give them a decent general. You will do. And also, you'll do. I'll pop you on the border of Hungary. And there we go. I think that's the last division that I need. Are we at 400,000? Oh, we're so short. One more. Next up, we're going to go for electronic mechanical engineering. And we're going to go for superior firepower. The final division. Drop him off. And now we can go for the focus of... Let's do Bulgaria first, actually. I've had a little change of plan. We'll go for Bulgaria. Probably going to be an easy nation to take out due to... Well, they've got less divisions, I presume. 6 to 18 versus 11 to 23. It's pretty even, actually. Let's get a little bit more soft attack and some radio. Bulgaria has submitted and become a puppet of Romania. Good call. Good call, Bulgaria. Good call. Next, Hungary. Go, go, go. Right, the next step is we're going to require us to go for 500,000 manpower for each of these three. So what I'm better off doing is just using my 5 army XP to make this division just a little bit bigger. That's giving me an extra 40,000 manpower. So we're just going to continue to make a few more of these divisions and deploy them. Because each one of these divisions is 10,000, we're going to need another 6 of them. Let's produce another 6 and deploy them as soon as we can. Let's get some advisors. Let's go for the infantry expert, and we'll go for a military theorist too. Let's request the divisions from Bulgaria. I don't think this adds to my total force limit. I don't think it does. Anyway, let's just double check. No, it doesn't. The Kingdom of Hungary is defiant. Good. Victory is certain. To war. Go for some support weapons so we can kick out some firepower. Go for some improved infantry equipment as well, so we can do lots of damage when we have the opportunity. When we have the opportunity. I'm going to move these extra divisions to the back and just look for a gap in the front line, and we'll push into it if the opportunity does arise. Just going to wait for the Bulgarian troops to exercise, get them to level 3, and then we'll declare immediately on Hungary. Got nothing to research right now, so I'm either going to rush artillery. Now I'm going to go for excavation. Right, we are good to go. And let us go. Don't mess around. So straight away I'm just going to push in with the Bulgarian troops that are full strength and reinforce and support attack. Control click with my extra troops. We'll make a 1 gap in the front line, and more than likely, I don't think they'll be able to hold out very long. They'll more likely just collapse. Yep, and that's exactly what's happening. We're just going to push forward now into the gaps in the front line. The beauty of attacking smaller nations. Pretty easy. Putting the firepower on Budapest. And it looks like it's going to break. I think we can probably cripple the front line too. Yeah, we have. There we go. Done. Check the war. They're currently at 89%. We take PEX. It should be over. All the firepower on it, and it's gone. And so are you, Hungary. So are you. All right, we need to deploy these divisions. They're on the ground now, and we can go for split Czechoslovakia. Put my main forces on there, and just here, before the big river, I'll put the Bulgarian troops. We'll go on to local police force, just to reduce the amount of garrisons in these areas. Balance out the production a little bit, focus a bit more on artillery and the basic weaponry, and still pumping out loads and loads and loads of fighters. Gonna build up more civvies on the back end as well, just so we've got some nice industry to fall back on. A few here and one there, that'll do. I'm going to import just a tiny little bit of steel from the Soviet Union. All right, split Czechoslovakia. What is going to happen? Mr. H accepts the ultimatum. The German government has approved our draft of the treaty and the proposed demarcation lines. All of the remains is to send an ultimatum to Prague. What will Prague say? Yes. And I don't know why Prague would agree to completely losing their sovereignty and ended up as the free state of Slovakia. But there we go. Welcome to Hearts of Iron 4. Let's divide Yugoslavia. Put the Bulgarian troops here to push into here, and the rest of the troops are just going to hold out for the entire front line. In fact, we'll probably just double up with the other troops as well. Pop them all onto my primary general. All right, let's make my divisions a little bit bigger. Let's add on some girthy artillery. And on top of that too, a little bit of support equipment. Only a tiny bit though. Go here, take 2 of those off, and the rest will go on to artillery. There we go, perfectly balanced. A little bit of tungsten from the Soviets too, just so we can keep it with the production of artillery. Yugoslavia has folded. Boop. And this is a Romanian puppet state, which is Croatia, and they're a puppet state of mine as well. Oh, and so is Montenegro. I thought they were going to get divided between Germany, Italy, and me, but they're all mine. For some reason, Greece and Turkey are totally happy with me carving up all the Balkans. They don't have a problem with that. They've got good relations with me. Secure Greece. I wonder if that's going to continue now. I wonder. All right, we'll make a front line here. Not across Bulgaria, because they'll type their own divisions on the front line of Bulgaria, because they'll think we're going to attack, which we actually won't. And let's rush for some improved artillery. Embezzlement scandal. Lose factory output for 120 days. Okay, we're going to have to go for this one. King Carol, we have had enough of your parties. Get rid. And Greece, goodbye. Now, the easy way of winning this... Oh, we've got to bring Serbia into this, just so we can attack over the border. Is to go here, and then here, and then here, like that, and cut the east and west off. As long as you secure this city, you'll split them right down the middle. And by the looks of things, that's went pretty well. There we go. You can push them out to the east now. They've only got 1 supply, so as you can see, their org is a lot lower than it should be. And we'll just push all the way now and clear those up. Now, it means there's not enough divisions to hold this front line. We just grab all the key victory points, all of them. One thing I've forgotten to do is to check my subjects to see if they could import any resources. So I could get like some steel from Slovakia and a little bit from Serbia too. Still not enough to keep the industry going though. So we're gonna have to get the rest of it from the Soviets. Why? Because we border them, and therefore we don't have to use any of our convoys, which we've only got 10. That's obviously going to be a problem. Slice them in half, and just going to eat up all the victory points now. 92%. Going to go for another doctrine too. Focus more on artillery. Greece fighting down to the very last man. The only cities they've got now are in Crete. There we go. Annexed the lot. Okay, so if we want to get a goal on Turkey, we need 750,000 manpower in the field. Is there a cheap way we can do this? 1 and 2 extra divisions onto that template. We're at 650 now. We're going to go for a floy width anyway, so this is not a big deal. There we go. 748, and then if we add on 1 more battalion of artillery, and that should be enough. Okay, our manpower is now 0, and we need another just 110,000 manpower, so why not do this trick? You get a 50k stack of planes now, and then we just duplicate them over and over again. This time 5,000 every time we do it. So in this case, 5,000, 5,000, again, 5,000, over and over again. Remember, the more planes you have, you get more manpower each time. There we go, and after doing it about 12 times, we've got the right amount of manpower, so now we can push into Turkey and do the focus. Exercise these boys, and we'll also give you infantry expert for the nice extra damage boost. And these divisions at home, we'll exercise them just for reserve purposes. Let's start to make some military factories. Let's build them all in our heartlands. Bought some more steel and some more tungsten. Right now, we're at the max manpower in the field, so there's no more extra manpower that we get. So as you can see, is if I do this trick, 5,500 manpower, wait a day, Do it again, 500 and 500. So it's the same amount. It needs like a piggy bank of manpower somewhere to insert that manpower in so you can keep doing more waves of it. So for instance, now I'm going to train a bunch of divisions. I'm not actually going to build these divisions, but what these are going to turn into now is a piggy bank which I can put the manpower into. So there we go, 5,000. It's disappeared onto the next day. Next day, gone again. Over and over and over. And there you go. After doing about 10 times over, we delete all these divisions and we make it. And there you go. 50,000 manpower made completely out of thin air. Voila. Secure the Bosporus. And now we can declare on Turkey free. We've got the option here for local development too, so we can produce fighters a lot quicker. So let's do that. And let's declare on Turkey. So there's another little glitch you can do in this specific area of the world. So what we do is wait for the AI to move all their divisions to the front line. Bulgaria being really annoying and moving their divisions forward too. And there, we're in a situation now, as you can see. Got lots of Turkish troops on the front line. What I'm going to do is grab the Bulgarian troops and pop them here. Now, I'm not going to push these guys forward, but I'm going to pull all the divisions from Bulgaria anyway, because he's got 4 extra divisions, and I don't want them wiggling around doing their little AI thing. I want to make sure they're all tied together in one big ball on the front line here. So railroad them all to the front line, and then these guys are going to be on the very top, the very tip here, to do a spearhead in the center of this state. Build all the planning bonus, and when you're ready, push in. And we're just going to encircle the enemy over and over again with these beautiful to attack into planes because the terrain is nice and easy. We'll help them out and push in as well. There's a little bit of air coverage, but don't worry too much about that. It's not going to be a big deal. And we're pushing them out of the way over and over and over again. And he's gone. AI's decided to do a naval invasion on us. Very nice. That's a good way of losing a lot of your best divisions, right? Good job we've got reserves, isn't it? You guys go here and here. And railroad to the front line. We need to get a new general. Ooh, a brilliant strategist. Very nice. I'll move you guys here and tell you to attack. Close them out. Push them out. Well, those were the easiest divisions I've ever captured. I'm going to stop the push in the south. It doesn't seem to be going to plan. And just do a big attack into those areas we've done a naval invasion. Good. Move them back now. Nice, easy encirclements of all those Turkish divisions. What I'm also going to do with the Bulgarian divisions is just make a fallback line right here. Everyone move back there. Good. And then with these divisions, I'll do the little trick that I just told you about. I'm going to move you guys here. Do a staff office plan, and then do a push into here. Next research we're going to go for is the guns, and we'll go for some extra construction. Next focus, we'll go for local development so we can pump out loads of fighters. And now we've got the planning bonus, we'll push into here, and then these guys will be cut off, and then we'll make an encirclement. You're asking, why at this point do I just knock out Turkey? Well, there's a very high chance you might get stuck here, here, or here. These are really difficult points to push into. 1 for the urban, 2 for the straight, and then 3 for the mountain here. And you don't want to get stuck here because you're going to have to pull the way back anyway. So just do rinse and repeat in this area. And trust me, this method will work out way better than pushing directly into Turkey. You're going to have to trust me. Trust me. And there you go. We've encircled those divisions here. Now we grab our best divisions, delete all their orders, and railroad back to where we began in just this area of Bulgaria. Oh, they've landed on top of us again. So silly. Good job, we've got reserves, isn't it? Go aggressive and just push them all the way back. And they arrived and then they instantly left. It's like they knew what was coming. Make a front line against one's here. Another breakthrough. Spearhead. Build up planning bonus. We'll do a staff office plan to get all that planning bonus. Wait for all the divisions to come to the front line to hold out. Oh, we've got 3 divisions to push here. And then we're going to push. Knock them out of the way. It looks like they've landed on top of us again. Go here, here, again, and here. And gain loads and loads of free encircled divisions. Reduce the overall size of the Turkish army. And their army now is 6 to 24 divisions. A lot less than before. Same again. Rinse and repeat. Put all the divisions here. Wait for the Turkish forces to come forward. The AI just can't resist, by the way. When it sees an open front line with no troops, it sees as this is just a clear win. So it always takes it. So you will always get 1 or maybe more divisions that come to the front line and just sit around doing nothing. We're going to wait a little bit longer though, because more than likely there'll be some more divisions that come. And there we go. There's another one. AI so predictable. Oh, the AI so predictable doing another naval invasion. Now, I could use my navy here, and you probably think that's a really good idea, but like, no. At the end of the day, I want them to land on me so I can push them into the sea and get free encirclements. It's always going to be easier, that method. And by the looks of things, they're going to lose these divisions as well. And that's 5 more divisions eaten. All right, push into here. There's no one on the front line. Just going to move forward. 1 and 2, and there we go. I think at this point now, the Turkish troops are probably already beaten, so I can push myself across. Make sure when you do push, you use all your troops and just push straight across. Don't wait here, here, or here. Just keep going. Otherwise, you're going to run into problems. And as you go, we've pushed across now, and that's the hardest one. And at this point, it is a home stretch. Turkey, you are mine. Put them on aggressive now and just let them push across the whole of Turkey. How many divisions have they got now? 3 to 7. They can't even hold their front lines. We'll go for some more doctrines, and we'll work on anti-air a little bit, just a little bit. Tiny little bit of AA, just a tiny amount. All right, snake to the victory points, grab them all up. Now, this could be my imagination, but this new patch they've just released, I think has added all these victory points inside of Turkey, because I swear these weren't here before. Turkey is gone. Victory. Now, that might not look very pretty. You're probably thinking, Dave, this is where you annex all of these boys. Soon. The option here for 2 city factories and 12 iron in Transylvania. Sure. All right, let's change the garrison division to the horse. I think the horse looks decent. Yeah, it's decent. And we'll go for a 10-width horse for the garrison. Change all of the garrison laws to oversight so we can build as much compliance as possible. Gonna do something a little bit differently. Let's add on some maintenance companies. And let's add on 1 more artillery to make the full juicy 40 width. Let's give it a nice icon. The wolf. And we'll exercise these new divisions so make sure they're all level 3s. Right, we have no manpower once again, but you know what we do at this stage, right? That's right. We make manpower out of thin air. Now we've got enough planes now, we get about 9,000 manpower every time we do a cycle. Let's fill out our nation now with loads of military factories, all the key areas. I should have replaced the maintenance companies with the engineers, but we'll get rid of the engineers. Now we'll have some manpower from support equipment. Yeah, we do. Go for 3 of those. And again, and again, and again. Did I tell you this works in Iron Man? That's right. Do this with some achievements. Once again, I'll make you aware, though, the more planes you have, the more effective the strategy is, and it tends to be better off with nations that either have a lot of planes or can produce a lot of planes and can have manpower issues. So don't bother doing this with Japan, China, or the Soviet Union because you've got so much manpower, it's just not even worth it. The big conundrum of Hearts of Iron 4, you know. If you've got a lot of manpower, you can do something with that. If you've got a lot of production, you can do something with that. But if you have none of either, then you're pretty much going to be weak for the entirety of the game. There we go. Are we done? 8,000. Yes, we have enough now. And you know, let's make a piggy bank of some manpower. Let's just do this a few cycles. There we go. And delete those off. There you go. 67,000 manpower. All right, we'll grab the Bulgarian divisions and they're going to be hopped on here. And we'll grab our main forces, the ones that have got the 40 width artillery. Move them to this front line. And we're going to exercise those to level 3 as well. There we go. At this point, you'd be like, oh no, I'm Romania. I can't make another full army group. And you know what? I'll make another full army group. I just don't care. And then we just make some more manpower. And let's also suppress our subjects because we've got so many of them. It might just be better off going for the continuous focus to gradually reduce everyone's autonomy over time. And there's always more time to get more manpower, right? There's always time. Let's send an attaché to China. Let's grind some combat experience because we need to work down our doctrines. We're a bit limited how far we can progress with the lack of experience. And again, for the 100th time. And there we go. Oof. And again, and again, and again. Oh, that hasn't gone down. That means we've got all the manpower we need. Yep, we do. We just need to wait for the equipment now. And then we need to build more military factories here, 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 and here, and here. A message from the Soviet Union. Change the diplomatic status with us to justifying war goal. It starts. They're going to declare on us, and they've got less organization due to the officers' purge. I think we've got this. We've got this. We're not going to have the Slovakians into the war, so we're just going to defend from this area. Sure. Build some forts, just a few, just a thin layer, just to hold them back for a brief period. We will be turning on them as soon as we've got the firepower to push them back. We've got so much political power right now. We're going to go for infantry and equipment. We'll go for industrial concern. We will go for the defensive army expert and the Prince of Terror. The Soviet Union demands Bessarabia. Soviet forces are concentrated on the other side of our border. Their diplomats have demanded that we secede the Bessarabia to them. We cannot expect the Germans to intervene, as their pact with the Russians apparently contained a secret protocol that put us inside the Soviet sphere of interest. Should we resist? Yes, we would not give up our territory without a fight. And here we go. It starts. The Kingdom of Romania has called Free France as their ally. Oh, what? Okay, so the allies are now at war with the Soviet Union. Oof. Big oof. The Americans would like to send us Lend-Lease. Way more Lend-Lease than we're capable of accepting. Oh, and then again, we've got 150 convoys. And now we have 0. Yep, easy come, easy go. And we've got strikes. Nice. And the AI is doing its famous strategy of bashing its head against my front line over and over again. Alright, let's go to limited exports and accept all the Lend-Leases. Let's see how far that gets us. Hey, manpower. Mind a little bit of that. And yes, you're right. You can do this whilst at war. Refill the front lines. Let's add ourselves on some AA. Improve our doctrines. We need that support. Time for a bit of reconnaissance. All right, we've got the extra armor now to level 3. Put them onto the front line too. And now we've got a rock-hard wall of 24 40 divisions. At the moment too, is there any way we can get some intel on their equipment? No, we don't know anything. Ideally, we like to look at their stockpiles to get an idea if they're low on equipment. By looks of things, though, if we ever just eye up their front line, we can see the strength of some of their divisions is quite low. So we might actually be able to counterattack here. Gonna have to work on the infrastructure here because we're gonna have supply problems. And the Germans are doing their little Barbarossa. I guess I'm gonna have to push now as well. Go, go, go. Marvelous. We'll reorganize the front lines, make another front line with the field marshal, and push. Push is strong. Now, what's really confusing right now is I'm fighting a war against the Soviet Union, and the Allies are fighting the Soviet Union, but Germany's asking me to join the Axis. I guess I could join the Axis, but yet not fight against the Allies, I guess? Yeah, so join the Axis. What's my contribution to this war? My contribution is 31%. How does he have 66 from occupations? Okay. I guess when you take those big fat victory points, it goes a long way, I guess. Let's grab Stalingrad. That's loads of victory points, so this hopefully should give me lots of contribution. Probably going to go down as a record, this, for the quickie stomping of the Soviets. Oh my goodness. Repairs. Never-ending repairs. Meanwhile, on the front line of the Soviets, 0 divisions. None. Oh, there's one there. No, wait, I tell a lie. But the rest is empty. This is going to be a record dumping of the Soviets. I've inflicted more casualties to them than even the Germans. Oh no. Draft dodging. That's the worst. Supply problems. There's one way of fixing that. Change everything to horses. Oh wow, magically, supply is no longer a big deal. I tell a lie, we're still having a few supply issues, like there, for instance. Activate winged hussars. That fixed the supply problems. Germany is requesting manpower. Yes, sure. Take my manpower, Germany. They're going to let me take all the land that I actually occupied, isn't it? Make sure I take Azerbaijan and Baku. I will dominate the Romanian oil fields, as well as the Bakunian Azerbaijani oil. There we go. Oh no. Bordeaux. Oh no. Yep, that's pretty ugly. I don't know what happened. I just kept passing and grabbing each land at one at a time, and then all of a sudden I got to here and they just sweeped and grabbed all of this in one go. I don't even know how this game works sometimes. I was gonna annex the puppets, but the way things are going at the moment, it's gonna take completely forever. If you think about it, it's 300 political power for each annexation, and then another 50 for each for dropping them down to integrate puppet 2. It seems like the more puppets you've got, the worse off you are, especially to have just one omega puppet than just than 5 little ones. The only last thing to do is to train a crap ton of divisions. Make these divisions as humongously large as possible by adding on lots of battalions of infantry. Delete all my air wings apart from one. Head off home and press F a lot. And then we do this and we get 200,000 manpower per cycle. This is so dumb. 200,000 manpower out of thin air? Yeah, just don't mind if I do. Change all these divisions back to our big fat infantry. Manpower pool will hit 0. Go on, hit 0. Go on. Go on. There we go, 0. And do the trick over and over again. Oh look, 200,000 manpower. Magically appeared out of complete nowhere. Train a bunch more divisions. 0 manpower. Make that little piggy bank. 217,000 manpower out of nowhere. Out of thin air. And again. And again. Finally get rid of draft dodging. Hey! And again. There we go. We're at the force limit now of manpower in the field. Delete all the divisions. All the ones in training. There you go. 2.3 million manpower. And for the most part, most of that has been made out of thin air. Because right now, all we're on is limited conscription. Limited conscription with 2.3 million as Romania. Pretty sweet, right? Not too bad, right? Not too bad. Germany is requesting manpower for their garrisons. We are already supplying 900,000. You know what, Germany? Have 2.1 million manpower. There you go. All yours. Hey, do you enjoy Hearts of Iron 4 content? Do you want more Hearts of Iron 4 content? Then why don't you consider subscribing? Become a feedbacker today. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button, and it is free of charge. $0 and 0 cents a month. What a bargain. Guys, have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Currently, guys, ad revenue has tanked. The lockdown has totally frozen the YouTube economy. If you want to help me out, the best thing you can do in these dire times is become a Patreon. The link is in the description below. Thank you, boys and girls. Bye-bye.